Did you know that the average cost to manufacture a clothing brand is $2,500? But in this video, we're gonna show you how to do it with $200. That's right, a tenth of that budget. And no guys, just to be clear, this is not another print-on-demand video where we're just gonna tell you to drop ship your products. This is a legit strategy that we share with brand owners in our paid communities. And it's being used by brands all over the world. So, backstory, just so you guys really understand how powerful these lessons are about to be. Back in 2009, I started my first business and I spent $20,000 in manufacturing because this strategy wasn't around, it wasn't easy to come up on. Since starting up that first business, we've gone on to work with brands and businesses from all shapes and sizes, from those that are just getting started to those that are growing and now even corporate clients. Right now, we run our own e-commerce store called streetcrafter.com. More about how that's gonna help you in a moment. In this video, we're really diving into the clothing brand collection part. This means actually designing, making, and strategies to sell with less than $200. If you want a step-by-step in regards to how you can legitimize everything, I'm gonna link some videos right up above here, but let's jump into this one. Now, the very first thing you're gonna need in order to create a clothing collection is designing. Now, a lot of times we get this question, which program should I use? What's better? Well, guys, Procreate on the tablet is gonna be one of the best tools that you guys can use. What Procreate essentially does is it allows you to design directly to this artboard and to different layers, and you can stack different designs on it and get print-ready files out of it. And what's really cool about Procreate is it allows you to create mock-ups for your brand. This means you could bring in the different shirts and hoodies and things that you're thinking about selling and actually design them into the program. And what's really cool about this is that it only costs $9.99. So we can subtract that from the total budget of $200 for you to get started. Now, if you don't have any Apple products, it's okay, guys. You're not out of it. You can still design something using a software service such as Kittl.com. Through Kittl, you can essentially create print-ready graphics directly using their online designer. And we have an exclusive offer linked in the description right down below. And once you create an account, you'll be taken to a dashboard, and this dashboard is where all your pending projects are gonna live. Now you're able to create new projects really quickly, and the dimensions that you need to keep in mind is something around 2000 by 2000 pixels and 300 dpi. Now after you create the board, you can browse through designs. They have a variety for you to choose from, and once you're happy with a direction, you can customize it completely. From creating curves to adding textures, and you could easily export, or you could generate mock-ups really easily using their platform, and you can export everything that you do as a PDF and SVG in high resolution with a transparent background that's perfect for print production. That's what you're gonna need when it comes to creating art for any of the designs that you're making. And one of the new features that they're testing is an AI feature, and I really think that this thing is gonna change the game for clothing brand designers and owners. Because through the AI prompts, you can actually come up with very custom curation and collaboration of ideas, and then you can download them as print-ready files. And Kittl's gonna be linked in the description right down below so you guys can start your free trial. That's the important part about this first part, guys, is that in order to create a collection, you don't wanna just go out and make a product and spend a lot of money and never share it with anybody. You wanna create a mock-up and start sharing it with people that you know or people that you think are gonna buy. Get their feedback and their actual reactions to what you're showing them, and then make a decision on the products that you're gonna go and sample. Okay, so remember that. Create a mock-up, show it to others, get a reaction, see what they'd actually be willing to buy, and then go and start sampling. Now that leads us into the sampling process, guys. The majority of your $200 budget should go into products. You still need some budget for the marketing part, but let's just say that we're gonna allocate about $110 to the sampling of your designs. Now, you might be wondering, $110 to make products, this sounds like it's not gonna be legit. It is, guys, because you see the very first big mistake that most clothing brand owners make is they go out and try to make their own custom garment. They say, you know what, I wanna use this certain sweater, I don't see this sweater anywhere else. So they go out and manufacture something, and that's when they go and spend $2,500 on a product that they don't even know people are gonna buy. So before you make that mistake, use the method called the Street Crafter way. Now the Street Crafter way is not like, hey, way! It's not that way. It's the Street Crafter method that we're about to share, and that's the sell it before you scale it. Okay, guys, you want to be able to sell the idea, sell the creation that you make before you go out and place a big manufacturing order on something that you don't even know if it's going to sell. And in order to accomplish this, it's by using wholesale blanks. With the wholesale blank, you can actually create a physical sample. The best part about it is that manufacturers already spent all the time and effort and money into dyeing it for you, into sizing it for you. There's no issues or R&D required to launch your clothing collection when you leverage a wholesale blank. A wholesale blank such as Bella Canvas which we have here, allow you to just take any garment, right? Any garment that you have, allow you to customize it. And then what's really cool is that you could just rip these little tags off. So let's say you wanted to take both tags off, one tag off, you can rip these tags, you can insert your own labels. Bella Canvas actually has a maker account that's available and open now. So you guys can sign up through the links down below. A maker account gets you discounts on all the products, so you have access to their entire library and they ship it directly to your door. With the wholesale blanks in hand, you now have a couple of different products in your collection, right? You can have a sweater, a hoodie, a crew neck, a shirt, some joggers, pants, shorts, jackets. There's unlimited potential when it comes to sourcing with wholesalers. With those wholesale blanks, you now are thinking, okay, well, how do I get my art onto them? Typically this meant, hey, let's go to a print-on-demand platform, wait a few weeks to get my product, but that's no longer the case. You can now sample directly from home using streetcrafter.com. Through streetcrafter.com, you go simply to the website and you order up your art. Now, you can have pre-selected designs, meaning like pre-cut designs that are just ready to ship to you, or you can just combine a bunch of designs that you create through the bulk sheet. Now through the bulk sheet, essentially it's gonna ship you about a 5-foot roll, 5 foot by 2 roll, but whatever you can fit into those dimensions is gonna print. Once you receive that roll, you simply cut it out and you can press it onto any garment that you designed, all right? So this means essentially it's gonna take your artwork that you created on Procreate or on Kindle, and now you got something that's ready to press onto the garment. And you can get started by using a simple iron, guys. If you don't have one of those, then there's actually, you can go to Walmart and subtract $10 because there's cheap irons there. And all you gotta do is just heat up that element and start pressing. And the final result is a finished garment. Guys, this is why it's not that complicated. You shouldn't overthink it. You just need to start taking action on your ideas. These products now on hand is ready for you to start the marketing process. You're gonna need a camera, all right? You're gonna need a camera to actually take some photos, some quality photos that you can go out and market. You can also use a phone, but let's face it, not everybody has the new iPhone 14 Pro Max. So because tools are sometimes the barrier for us to get started, it's important that you just start building a network with people that are gonna be championing your success, okay? It's really important that you surround yourself with others that are thinking in a similar path, that are like, yo, I wanna support you, I'm a photographer, I'm a videographer, I do this or I do that. Because this process can really cost you a lot of money. I mean, photographers alone charge anywhere between like $200 for a photo shoot to upwards of $2,000, right? It's an expensive process. So by using friends and family, meaning reaching out to them earlier on, letting people know what you're working on, don't just hold it to yourself and just be like, you know what, I'm not gonna tell anybody until it launches. Don't do that. Open your hands. The possibilities are endless. You're also gonna need a friend or family member that is gonna be the model, all right? And that model is a person that you're gonna be sizing your first collection for, your first samples for, right? So if they're a medium, you order mediums. If they're a large, you order larges, right? You don't wanna just order all these random sizes and just get a bunch of random models, because you want your photo shoot to look legit, right? So think about the person that's gonna be wearing your products as you're actually sampling them. Once you got your crew ready and everybody's gung-ho about helping you out, lending that helping hand, it's time to organize your photo shoot. Before you go out there and just start taking a bunch of random photos, the number one mistake most brands make is they just like, they recruit their friends who's got a camera, and everybody's just boom, boom, taking pictures. Everyone's taking pictures of nostrils and all kinds of random stuff that they find cool. But you as a brand owner should be the person directing that shoot. The best way to organize information and get everybody around the same page is called mood boards. Okay, you wanna create a mood board for your photo shoot that'll outline, okay, what is my model gonna be potentially posing like? What poses do you want them to do? What locations do you wanna shoot at? What backgrounds? It's important to look at backgrounds too, guys. If it's too busy and moves away from the product, then chances are you may not, that photo may not really translate well to sales. So these are all things you should be thinking about before you even step foot behind that camera and start shooting. You should be having the vision as to where that shoot's gonna lead for you to be able to create the best posts on social media as well as the website and to sell products. More importantly, that's what you wanna do with these photos. This is also super important because now you can communicate that mood board to your photographer, and your photographer can ask questions, very important questions that he may not otherwise know until he showed up randomly at a location. Saves everybody a lot of time if you pre-plan. And what's really cool about mood boards is you can also see if the photographer you're working with is a potential good fit. And what this means is if you got a lot of lifestyle, street, city, landscape type of looks, but your photographer you recruited is more of a nature and a very friendly, fun type shoot, he may not fully be able to execute on your vision. So just keep that in mind. And if it's free, if he's doing it for free, you can't complain, right? But try to lead him into the direction that you really want to go. We have some videos talking about creating mood boards for photography and marketing. We're going to link them right up over here, or they're going to be in the descriptions down below, right below that subscribe button. So if you've gotten any value from it, hit that button now, because there's a pillow right there that's reminding you this whole video. Once you get these photos, you don't want them to just sit them in your hard drive and just dump them all the day of the launch, right? You really want to organize how you're going to launch it. So create a launch calendar that'll keep you accountable to what photos are going to drop which date, as well as which captions, calls to action, all that good stuff. You want to create a launch calendar to organize your promotions leading up to the launch of the website, as well as past the launch of the website. Because the last thing you want to do is just promote, launch, promote, and then nothing, right? You want to have content built up for a few weeks after the launch happens. And more importantly, you want to keep promoting even after that launch happens, way after that launch happens, because you want people to keep talking about your brand and your business and what you're doing. Okay, so a launch calendar will help you organize all of your notes and all of your ideas, and it'll also give you tasks to do every single day leading up to that launch and beyond that. Okay, so a launch calendar can easily be created on something like Monday.com. Monday is a great tool and it's available for free. We're gonna link everything we talk about in the description. But then if you don't wanna go through all that process, all you have to do is create a Google account and literally just list out the post that you wanna create, put a link to the Google Drive folder or wherever those photos are. And now every day, all you gotta do is go over there, click it, download the image, upload it, and you're good to go. You just wanna be able to organize yourself so you can make the most of your time, and more importantly, the most of your sales and conversions. Because that's what's gonna matter when you launch, guys. It's gonna be about the people buying it. But if you're not talking about it and you're not promoting it, then nobody's gonna purchase anything. So always keep that in mind. With your samples, with your photo shoot, with your launch calendar, everything is leading up to the launch of this thing. Now, the one thing you're gonna need to set up is a website. So the best platform to do this is Shopify.com. Shopify.com allows you to quickly and easily upload and create the products that you designed and that you created. Super easy for you to actually create a homepage and curate product collections, all that good stuff available right out of the box. In order to make the most of your brand and make the most of the time that you're spending, it's important that you look into the right themes. And themes are available all for free. There's some free themes available on Shopify, and nothing against those themes. But if you really want to elevate what you're creating and the time and effort you're putting into it, then this is where something like a Debutify theme comes in. Through Debutify.com, you're able to download a custom theme developed from them in order to help you drive conversions. And what this means, guys, is that there's little features and tweaks that have been proven to work with brands that have millions and millions of revenue every day. And Debutify has put them all into this theme for a very low price, starting at $0, starting at free. And then from there, you could choose different options that you may need as you grow. Through this theme, you can customize it 100% to your brand's and business's needs and desires. You could change custom buttons, fonts, literally change out layouts, create landing pages, all kinds of stuff that you normally would have to pay other apps on Shopify in order to accomplish. You could do it directly through Debutify's custom theme. I'm gonna link the resources right down below. There's gonna be a link for you guys to get started. It's super powerful, and we run our Street Crafter website to this theme. So personally, I love it, and it's literally given me the ability to build thousands of dollars worth of features all for a very low price. So whatever you decide to do in regards to your e-commerce theme, wherever you decide to host it, it's just important that you keep in mind making sure that the images that you're uploading aren't going to be oversized. Okay, this is important when it comes to working with websites. So communicate to your photographer that they need to export the images somewhere around 2,000 pixels max, right? About 2,000 pixels. You don't want things to be super high file resolution. Right? You don't want it to be a 200 megabyte photo for your e-commerce photo, because what happens is your website speed starts going down, and website speed is essentially your loading time. So somebody's going to click on it and it's going to take forever to load what they're looking at, and they're going to leave. So you want to make sure that you format photos for Shopify or for any wherever you're gonna have your website, you need to format the photos for that platform. And now that you've completed your store, it's time for you to start with your promotional launch, guys. Make sure you stick on calendar, stay on schedule, and more importantly, don't make any excuses, guys. This is the part where most entrepreneurs end up saying, you know what, I need 3 more months to launch my website. So all of this product collection has gotta wait, and then a whole new season happens and you're like, man, I'm not really feeling those designs no more. You know, I think I gotta change them up. And then you start working on a new thing, and then 3 months later, nothing happens. You're a year in and you literally have been designing something that never launched. So don't overthink it. Practice does not make perfect. It makes progress. Okay, so as long as you launch, consider it a practice. Consider it a practice of what it takes to build out the collection, what it takes to photograph, what it takes to launch a store. The faster you can practice and launch, you're gonna make iterations to it. You're gonna make changes on the next one. But you always wanna put your best foot forward, but you don't wanna take forever to do it either, because people's attention spans are very quick. So if you had people really excited about your launch and then all of a sudden you just stop because you're like, man, I wasn't able to get the site up, or I had this issue here, don't overthink it, guys. You already have everything you need. Get out of your head, take action on it. So with the remaining budget, you probably have somewhere around $50 now. You're gonna be spending $110 to sample. That includes the blanks and press art. Then you're gonna be spending pretty much $10 on Procreate, which brings you to $120. The photographer and the people that you spend time with, you gotta buy them lunch, guys. And on average, you're gonna be spending about 30 bucks to feed them. So that brings you to about $150 total spent on your collection in order for it to drop, which gives you about a $50 budget that you can kind of swing in different ways. One of it being to activate some of these influencers. Maybe 1 or 2 of them wanted to do it for some shirts, and maybe one of them just wanted to do it for 50 bucks. So however you use your extra budget is completely up to you. But right now you may be wondering, okay, well, what do I do? How do I actually make the products? How do I deliver them to my customers? And with this method, you're gonna have 2 options, guys. You're either gonna make them yourself, or you're gonna job it out to somebody. And the making it yourself is a street crafter method. Literally, if you already made the actual sample collection, then maybe the $50 goes to a better iron that you can actually make production ready garments. Because the reality is with press art, you get print shop ready products. This means that your customer is gonna look at it and be like, wow, this is incredible.
Wow, awesome. This looks really good.
Holy shit, you're gonna sell a lot of those.
Dude, I got way more likes on these than I did with my own car on there. That's really cool.
These text effects were...
Yeah, really good.
They're not gonna think any different of it being screen printed or any other method. They're literally gonna think it's the same product that you made at a print shop. But the cool part about it is that you can also activate your social media with it. Meaning you could show people like, hey, products are being made. Look, I'm actually making them. Check out the quality. You could talk about the brand. You could really get to know your customers, get to answer their questions, and you could bring them along the process of you starting this brand from the ground up. All right, and sometimes that's the most engaging way to do it, because if you just source it out for somebody else to make it, then people kind of feel disconnected about the authenticity of it. People right now are really looking to support others that are making it on their own and are looking to like support people that are elevating their life, elevating the lives of their families and people around them. You can come up with some really cool reels that way. You could talk about the brand selling points that way. You can get super creative if you take the production on yourself. But if for whatever reason you don't take on the production, then make sure that you choose a print partner that's gonna be able to accommodate your needs, right? You're gonna need to choose a print production partner that gives you access to different blanks, as well as allows you to order samples directly from their store. So instead of you having to make it the street crafter way, you want them to be flexible enough to send you samples so you can actually see them for yourself. This is called print on demand, which means that whatever they printed that one time may change a little bit on the next time, right? Because things are being made on demand, similar to how you did it the street crafter way. So the only real benefit you're getting from the print shop is that they're now fulfilling all of the orders coming on autopilot, meaning it's gonna take you some time investment to program those orders in, but once it's programmed, it's pretty much good to go, and you don't have to worry about shipping and delivering and customer support. Customer support you still have to worry about, but the shipping and delivering, all of that's handled by your print provider. And there's different print providers available, guys, such as Applique.com or even Printful.com. They all have different offerings. Applique is a little bit more branded. They allow you to do labeling and different embroidery and very like specialized applications. Applique. That's really what where the word came from. And Printful allows you to do stuff like sublimation and totes and bags and canvases and even mugs. So the point is that you want to leverage all of the resources available. Okay, and if you don't want to just source it out to others, then how do you leverage you making it yourself? And by you making it yourself, it means you make content. It means you spark conversations. It means you spark potential sales. By you using a print provider, it means you expand the product category and the potential for people to buy more than just one product. So ultimately, the goal is for you to fill up your store, and the goal is to create more orders. The goal is to create sales. And through this method that we just showed you guys, this $200 designing a clothing brand method, you're now equipped and ready to start doing business. And remember, guys, don't overthink it. Okay, put your best foot forward, take the next best step. That's it. Everything else will start to work itself out. But don't overthink it, and don't go months and months after watching this video with still not taking action on anything. All right, it's really easy to get started. I already showed you that StreetCrafter.com gives you quality prints. Go over there, test one, and let us know which product you're going to be making in the comments down below.